See if that's helping us all. Okay, great. We're back where we started. For some reason, my microphone decided to say that its default microphone was not appropriate. We're back, I think. Maybe. Kinda. Sorta. Alright, so the plan this afternoon is more of the same. But we're back in Minecraft. Definitely in Minecraft. Just doing a quick check to see if I can hear anything. Okay, good. We're hearing boxes. That's a good start. Yeah, for some reason, the system decided that the default mic... Back. Sorry. Ooh. The default mic was not good enough setting. It had to be specific. I don't know. OBS loves me today, as does everything else. And I have some weird ghost items somewhere in the land underneath me. I don't know why or what. Oh, apparently it's string. Okay. I guess a spider had died down there, I suppose. There's something over here. I don't know what it is. Let's see what that is. Zoom, zoom, zoom. This weird pink dot right smack in the middle of my screen here. I don't know what that is. Tab. Oh, it's the leash knot. Okay, I can leave that. That's fine. I have string that I don't know where it came from. I will not argue, but it's now no longer on my screen. I'm good with that. Alright. So this afternoon where we're at is we're going to be putting textures on things a little bit and churning the blocks vertically instead of horizontally. Partly for variety, I suppose. And partly because Dylan is just being picky. But compared to where we were this morning, I'm not really sure which one of these. I think the spruce looks too dark, but the oak on top of just the birch looks too light. So we're going to go with oak on the horizontal strip. So yeah, that's what I've decided I'm going to do. These buildings will not be super exciting for this batch. I'm just going to get rid of this junk first. But they're just filling the yard for a little bit, and then we will get our way on to working on the, pardon me, the fencing for the inner part of this place. So it's not all going to be oak and birch. A lot of it will be, but not all of it. Basically, the model I'm working with looks like it's whitewashed, and that's the reason why I'm using the birch, is because I can't exactly whitewash this stuff. So I'm going with the lightest wood we have. Okay, and then, as I said, we'll start with the walls and the tower around this section, and hopefully start working on giving ourselves a half-decent bridge, because that's not very effective. All right, these will be right, but I need to put oak in behind them to actually get the effect I'm looking for. Like this. Oops. Yep, that's better. I will still be doing the interlocking log thing on the oak, sort of like we did on this one in the middle, but it will be less critical as to where I put the ends. Come on. Because we're going to be putting trapdoors on top of it. Go. 1, 2, 3. I probably have stripped oak somewhere. I just don't at the top of my head know where I put it. And in practical purposes, one could argue this is what I'm known for, is this sort of stuff. I don't mean it's sort of just building and whatnot. This morning was a bit of a departure because I'd had a bit of a thing I wanted to change, I guess we'll put it that way. And I did not like the way it turned out. Put my nose on a limit of redeems, a limit of points redeems from Twitch. Oops, did I? Yeah, I got one of these corners wrong. So I got my nose on that, which is not horrible. It just meant that I end up with really long-winded descriptors on the redeems. That's okay. That's okay. So I'm not going to bore you guys all to pieces. I'll show you really quickly what I did, and then we're right back here. Live. Do I have the right window? Window cap. Perfect. This one. Okay, so make it super short. So, what I did in there is under the platforms for channel point rewards, we simply have 3 Trivial Pursuit questions. That's it. Okay? And then under the actions, we simply have 3 Trivial Pursuit pieces and one that enables them all again after it has been read out so that I can trigger that. And that's it. It sounds simple. It probably is simple. It's not quite what I wanted, but it is what it is. So we're back. Okay, plain and simple. We're out of there. And I've got 2 floors at this place, right? What else did I need? I needed copying this building beside here. This one. I forgot that was there. My fault. I totally forgot he was there. Okay. This is... That looks like spruce flooring. Hello, farmer. I'm gonna go grab myself some spruce flooring because I don't... Oh, I do have some. Right. And where's the spruce stairs? I can, you know, give myself another jump scare. For no reason whatsoever. Come on. Go. Might as well go in the door, then we can have the storage under the stairs of some sort. So this, that's a slab. This one. That one. This one. And put that. Oh. This one to make it work. There. Otherwise it won't be non-spawnable. We'll end up a lot more golems. Maybe 2 rows high, and then another band at the top. Farmer's kind of curious what I'm up to. Good question. I am too. I'm not particularly sure what I'm up to, but it works. Do a quick fly over here to see. And not the end, but second from the end. I can handle that. Some floor in here. Hopefully we'll get these ones going a little bit faster. Just a touch. What we have to use these buildings for, I'm not particularly sure yet. Sure, we'll figure out something. Okay. No buildings on that floor. I only put 2 on the top. That would be simple dig out. Cut out. Here. And over here. Ow. Okay, good. It's like, I think I just did it again. Alright. These. I went. What did I do on the ends? I did it differently than the other side. Short block on this one, so now we're on the long block row. Just to be different. I'm hoping for a quiet afternoon. Quiet is in no negativity. And what I mean by that is we're hoping, you know, we don't end up with like follow bots or whatever. Just a little bit of a run. So I didn't mention to people this morning how the skiing had gone. Our our scouts actually had a lot of fun. Some of them had never cross-country skied before. Some of them misunderstood. Kind of my fault, I suppose. My son, for example, is not a fan of hills, particularly speed. That's his thing. He doesn't like speed. You now have a boy who doesn't like speed. Just seems odd to me because of race cars and all that jazz. But anyway, he's not a fan of speed. So somehow, I had said cross-country was flatter. At least I thought I had said it was flatter than downhill. But apparently the message got kind of cross-wired. He thought that I had told him that it was completely flat. What he considers completely flat and what I consider, mostly flat are possibly two different things. But in any case, the resulting effect was he was not too impressed with the fact that there were hills of any sort. I had a bit of a bad day only because my feet are prone to random Charlie horse muscle spasms in the arch, which makes the tendons go absolutely crazy. So that did not go well. Otherwise, we had a pretty good time. Let's see. How do I get in here? This looks really weird. I've never flown through the doors like this before, but I'm not set to go through the blocks. Oh, it's not supposed to. Oh, okay. Guess I'm going to be able to go through the blocks, so I will have to remember not to go into the ground, because that's illegal in my world. Okay. These are upside down, which means you've got one sitting on the block. Yeah, and I still have yet to finish that part. I forgot. Alright. So, in any case, we had some miscoms, and he was not a fan of the hills. He had a bit of a breakdown, and the scouters warned me about it. They just said, yeah, we could tell there was something up when he was being ultra quiet with his head tipped in it and the brim of his baseball cap pulled way, way down. We just let him have some space and do his thing, and he seemed to be pretty done with the lesson, so they weren't going to push it. But turned out when I came by later, because we had split into two different groups, and conveniently both leaders we had 4 leaders, and both pairs of leaders got put in groups opposite from their own kids. I don't know if that was intentional or just the way it worked out, but it was to our advantage. In any case, so when my son had a bit of a concern moment, the other leaders were basically saying, yeah, we recognized there was a bit of a problem, we just let him have his space, and that was good. And he said he was done, he was going to come back and sit down at the lodge. Well, apparently he did for a while. Then he decided he was enjoying himself, wanted to go back out again. He just only went on the flat, like the dead flat. There's no way, if you weren't pushing, your skis would go anywhere. You were guaranteed not to fall over, kind of flat. But hey, if that's what floats his boat, sure, I'll go with it. I mean, it's not the greatest, but living in a prairie city, it means that outside of scouting, there are still opportunities for us to consider renting skis and practice on like deadly flat zones. So it's not a total loss. And I think we had fun, and I enjoyed it. I didn't get to go with the group as much for the second time because I started trying to go with them, and unfortunately had some cramps that I had to deal with. So I came back, but that meant I got to spend some time at a distance supervising the ones who didn't want to go out again because they didn't like whatever it was. I don't know what happened with one of his friends, but for some reason she just melted entirely, and nobody could get out of her what the problem was. We're not sure if it was a performance anxiety thing in front of other people or what the deal was. But in any case, so she wasn't going anywhere, and my son wasn't going anywhere. And then, so I stuck around. And it didn't take long before one of the other leaders came by, so then we could actually admit to being there. We have a funny habit of sort of bending the rules. What I mean by that is that you're not... We have this rule about 2 deep, as in 2 scouters at all times, and that's a Scouts Canada rule. And what I mean by bending it is that when in our scout group we are the only leader with a one-on-one, the only kid being our own, even though it's at a scout event, while technically we're not supposed to be still only one deep if it's our own kid kind of thing. We do bend that because we're like, are you kidding me? Any other situation, you could be alone with your own kids. This is just dumb. So we do that sort of bending. The other thing is sometimes, because most of the families by now are family friends outside of the thing, I mean, like the kids go to each other's birthday parties and all that jazz, that within reason, as long as all the adults are aware, like even present sort of thing, because they're other scout leaders too. As long as they're fully aware, we kind of go, okay, look, I'm going to stay far away from all the kids, but if something happens, I am sort of there. And they're like, don't worry about it, you're a family friend, whatever. It's like, briefly, paperwork aside, we don't care. And nothing did happen. I mean, nothing would happen. But had there been a safety issue or something, then you've got an adult there, as opposed to the kids having to be utterly responsible for themselves. And the nice part about the rules, though, is that at the actual scout level, so we're talking 11 to 14-year-olds, they are, by the scouting laws, or the bylaws, policies, and procedures, allowed to actually be more on their own than they would have been when they were younger. Like, we don't actually have to have leaders glued to them at all times, which is fantastic. And then some. So I like that. I like that a lot. They are allowed to be a little, as in, like, if one didn't want to go and everybody else did, as long as we weren't gone for very long, they could be on their own and nobody's going to cry wolf or call the cops or something like that. Like, it's not a big deal. So yeah, I like that this age group, they're allowed to do that. Younger age group, where my daughter is, unfortunately we can't do that. We can't let them hang out on their own. I would love to. That would be fantastic. But that's just, literally only for the ones that we trust. I would love to do that. But you can't actually trust all that many. Let's see whether or not that works. Birch. There we go. Birch. So while sometimes I think the rules are dumb, I know that there's always the possibility of an event that could occur, in which case suddenly the rules are not dumb. Oh, it's you again. Who let you in here, Mr. Owl? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Hope you had a good weekend. I haven't had a chance to say hello to everybody, and I recognize that it's Tuesday evening. And that I hope Mr. Owl's part of the world isn't utterly becoming snowmageddoned, snowpocalypse, I guess? Ours is still snowing rather royally. Leaves. Sure, leaves will work. Leaves will get me what I'm looking for, I think. Oh. Well, if I actually have the appropriate pieces, it might be what I'm looking for. 3 to 5. Ooh. 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight. That doesn't sound very good at all. Yep, that'll work, because then I'll put just like I did on this end one, I will put the stairs on. Now, that end one has far too many upper windows, for one thing, and its beams are going horizontal, not vertical. You want to move to Fiji? I can't blame you. There's times where there's something to be said for the you could say back in the day, more old-fashioned concept of having people move to the coast or go to the tropics for their health. I still think there's something to that. Planks can be... I can't seem to think today. We're gonna need more trapdoors for sure. This one down. I wanted planks, didn't I? Now I was trying to wonder, what was that for anyways? But now I think I know. Fiji. Fiji might be fun. That's probably what, that could be, for all we know, why people like our buddy Liz have decided to move to Hawaii. There could be a million different reasons for it. Somewhere warmer. Anywhere warmer than here. Yes. Oh, totally. Totally. I need to get on the roof. How do I want to get on the roof? Oh, that won't get me on the roof. Start from the top. Glenn. Really, lady. Okay. I didn't really do that. Sort of. One. Wow. When rubber banding gets you back. This. Okay. And that one. Lucky. There we go. Okay. Summer's probably your least favorite. You know, I would say yes, Hawaii is super expensive. Yeah, no arguments there. As far as it goes for seasons, they don't necessarily lack seasons per se, but they have far fewer of them. So, I mean, spring and fall are very well. Fall's kind of a non-thing. I will totally agree with you there. They have rainy season. You know, you've got that, and then what else have we got? And then I guess the other part about living in a place like Hawaii is that you've got that, like, it's wet. It sounds funny, but sometimes wet isn't all that great. Even though it's hot, humid, sticky wet that you can't actually evaporate. So I mean, you sweat, and then there's not much you can do about it. It just sort of stays there all goopy. Blech. I had said, oh, I don't want people to be able to jump on the buildings. Well, yeah. That was a bit of a fail on my part. We'll pretend that it's not there, otherwise I have to move the whole building, and I really don't feel like moving the whole building. Floor fail. Yeah, that upper window looks awful. Not that it's just plugged with leaves, but it does not look right. I have to figure out what is the problem with it. I guess it's just a matter I didn't put birch in there. I'm assuming that's what it is. I wonder if I can actually down here enough to put one in. Or oak stairs, sorry. So that. And there. Here. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Okay. Do the roof like we did on the other ones. Oh, I was trying to figure out why can't I reach stuff on this one? Well, it's because on the other ones I've got a floor right through here, so wasn't going to in these ones. Where's that one? Oh, whoops. These don't like how long it lasts. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. I still liked it when I went to Hawaii. I had a blast. Although, I mean, we had, stories of things we shouldn't have done. But I really liked living in Hawaii. It was fun. It was fun. I mean, it was just only for a vacation sort of thing. But we had rented somebody else's condo and stayed in there. I liked it. I would do that again. And maybe someday I will. I mean, I would like to at some point show Hawaii to my kids. So, yeah. Where's that? One lonely staircase. What did I do with that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Right. This doesn't look right for some reason. I don't know. I'm jumping in my chair. Hee. You know I was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I need lots more stairs. So, ouch. Let's go there. This one. How many can I get? That'll do for a bit. Oh, probably should get dirt while I'm here. Dirt box. Hello, kitty cat. What's new, pussycat? Wow, I should not have said that. And the reason I should not have said that, aside from bad sound clips, the reason I should not have said that is now I've got the Tom Jones song stuck in my head. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, not the world's smartest move. Okay, these. That one there, and this one there. I think that's it. And aside from not knowing, or not really wanting Tom Jones stuck in my head, I also don't particularly know all of the lyrics to that song, which is problematic because if I get an earworm in my head, I actually have to go through the whole thing to get it to go away. So I'll have to look up the lyrics later. Probably in my Sing a Snippet book if I actually looked at it properly. Oh, I missed a stair on here. It's probably in that book. I think I may have that one in there. But more importantly, if not, I'm gonna have to listen to it on like Spotify or something just to make it go. All right. Whoops. Okay, that one's done. Excellent. Okay, not quite done, but it's mostly done. I need some more trapdoors. And if I eat, things will go faster. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. So this week, I mentioned this morning, but I'll mention it again. Those of you who weren't here, I will be having a stream tomorrow morning, or well, noonish for those of you in Eastern time zones. And trapdoors. And we'll be having a stream tomorrow morning. However, I will not be streaming. That's good. I will not be streaming tomorrow evening. I have a Broadway show in town to do, or not to do, but to attend. Round of these. So I've got a Broadway show tomorrow night, and then on Thursday, which I only have the one. Thursday I usually only have one stream, and I'm probably going to skip this week. We'll see how it goes. Oh, interesting. We'll see how it goes, whether or not I have that stream, but I've got a meeting Thursday morning. My son is quite bright and qualified for an educational assessment. So we had the work done by a child, psychologist, I think. I'm never sure whether it's psychologist or psychiatrist. But in any case, we had that work done, and so I have a meeting on Thursday morning to discuss with the individual what, like how the results came out. It's probably not going to be that different because we had one done 2 years ago, but the psychologist, okay. But when we had it done a few years ago, it was great, except that now that we're having to figure out what middle school or junior high we would like our son to be able to go to should he be lucky enough to be offered a position, then he needs to have one of these assessment things, and the previous one had just expired. So we had to get a new one, and this is part of why I'm not too surprised that, or like not surprised, but I don't expect the meeting to be super long, because they'll probably say, yeah, not much changed. Or they'll say, oh, he's dramatically different, but there's not a whole lot of detail to give you because he's just an average Joe kid. You know, so one way or the other, we've got the new information to come up. I don't expect a whole lot. Oh. So, yeah. Fantastic Shock Fox is going to be mobile, okay, because we're still having snow come down, just like Stormy Owl and Mr. Owl are having at their place. We still have snow here. We've had about an inch and a half overnight. I don't know if we've got any during the day. I actually was sort of holed up and not paying a whole lot of attention, because once we get snow, as long as it's not causing problems for driving, or if I don't have to go anywhere, then I just kind of block it out. You get tired of seeing snow. Snow, 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 and more snow. I mean, there's other parts of the world where people say, oh, rain, too much rain. And whether it floods or not, they're just sick and tired of it raining. I find, I actually like it snowing, not the sound of snow, but it's the reverse. It's what the snow does to the sound that deadens things. So the world is finally, well, for most part, beautifully quiet. Like, you don't get that weird sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but almost like an ambient hum that cities have to them. And it just does not exist when you've got snow coming down. Everything is beautifully quiet. Aside from, like, beautiful. So I don't worry too much about it. I've slept out in it. I don't envy people that one. I'm going to be sleeping out in it this weekend, and I'm kind of pretending that's not happening. We've got a training camp for the Scouts this coming weekend, and the aim was to be sort of backpacker style. I'm not a great lightweight camper. I like my luxuries. I like my camping because I get stiff joints and stuff really easily. So I'm not looking forward to that portion of it. However, just simply the being out in it doesn't bother me. As some say, there's no bad weather, only bad preparedness or bad clothing. I think the Scandinavians specifically say there's no bad weather, only bad clothing. But I take it a little bit further. I mean, you can have good clothing and still have bad weather if you were not prepared in other ways. Such as, when it's mucky weather, if you didn't have enough windshield washer fluid or something. Or if, what else? I mean, it's easy to say that if you didn't fill your vehicle up and you're getting stuck idling for a while. So, or if it's wet. Even if I can manage to stay dry when it's wet out, I still don't like it. I don't like being... Oh! I got myself trapped. There we go. You know, Elle, I think you actually were the first here. That's a legit one. Wish there was bonus points for that. I'd love to just be able to gift back bonus points or cool things like that as I think about it on the fly. So I will admit, I had a technical issue this morning. And for some reason my OBS just froze up. So Neon Traveler got to redeem that twice. It was kind of funny because he redeemed the first one that had someone else's name on it. And then, of course, because of the OBS crash partway through, he was able to redeem it a second time because, yeah, it sort of faux restarted the stream. And so he redeemed one with his own name on it. Which I was thinking, why bother if it's already got your name on it? but if you wanted to, that's fine. This morning's chaos, I had commented on Twitter that I was working on redeems, and as several of you are aware, I have a Trivial Pursuit based redeem, and I'd been looking for a while to convert it to, open it up more to more different types of can't seem to think today. More different types of Trivial Pursuit rather than just the one for Harry Potter. Although that was the one that sort of catalyzed me working on it to get it fixed. And so now we have but the Harry Potter one. I've also got Trivial Pursuit 90s. So yes, the lovely decade of the 90s. And I've also got the kids set and adult set from more kids and grown-ups, I guess, set from the Disney Family Edition Trivial Pursuit, or World of, what they call it here, World of Disney? I can't remember. But anyway, something like that. Which isn't all Disney movie related. It's actually just a whole bunch of stuff. It's probably because Disney has their fingers in just about every pie these days. But in any case, so I've got those ones all available. Everybody. When I bump my nose on it, Twitch has apparently a nice upper limit, probably for good reason, of redeems, and my bot, for some reason, the way everything was designed, does not keep, Twitch still knows about the redeems even if they're not considered active, so it still counts towards your upper cap. And that was the headache, was just that even though I would turn off a bunch of the answers for ones that weren't being redeemed at that point in time, it still was counting towards it, so 18 different redeems was not going to happen, and I hadn't even split them off kids and adults. So I had to redo that one. And now it's just a big long-winded blah 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 about what each of the categories is in the description of the redeem itself. And it's just because I wanted to. It was not really related to any of the content. The fact that it was a Harry Potter one just pushed me to do it sooner. I've been doing the whole, I'll get round to it. And yeah, my round to it, I was very square. So, oops. So in any case, that's been done now. It's dealt with. Hey Hopazim, how are you doing? Streams, yay! I love more streams. More streams from this community makes things awesome. We will eventually be done with these houses. Eventually. Yes, there will be some more in here, but... Oops. I didn't put the upside down one. We will eventually be done with these houses, but I neglected to remember... Wait a minute. Just how big this yard was, I guess is probably what I was meaning to say there. So after this one, we'll take a bit of a break and start putting together some of the towers for the walls, because it is Tuesday, and there are some regulars on Tuesday, so I don't go long on Tuesdays. Which, I mean, that's probably for the best. Sometimes by the time I get to the evening stream on any particular day, I'm a little burnt, and so sometimes I make really dumb comments, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't remember that sorts of stuff. Doesn't sound right. Don't remember isn't the word. I can't remember what it was supposed to be. Anyway, suffice to say that in the mornings I'm pretty tired, and so I know I say things weird because I'm tired. This way. And that one. And this one was on the end, right? Isn't that how it goes? Yep. And somehow this section got to be taller, which doesn't feel right. maybe it's right by the time I get the other set of stairs in. Yeah, I guess so. Oops. I will be doing a bit of a return to some of the Vault Hunter stuff I've been doing. I'm just missing it. Was enjoying it, but I won't be doing a return to it entirely. It's more of a break kind of thing. I am so behind on that world, it's not funny. So if there was anything that I was attempting to do with my server mates, that's kind of laughable right now. But I didn't really have a major plan for it. I was sort of tired of vanilla. So maybe taking on another SMP probably wasn't the best plan. Because then I feel a little bit like I let people down, right? Oh. This way. And we need the stairs anyways. Wait. Nope. Aha! Okay. Alrighty. Trying to figure out why everything was upside down. Now I get it. Anyway. I don't know if it makes sense. But yeah. So one of the things is I really liked how I'm blatantly borrowing a page out of the Cool Stormy Owl's journal. I really quite liked her redeem about guess the Disney movie kind of thing. But I didn't want to straight out nick that one because doing so really isn't quite my style to do it. I mean, it's one of those where if it's something I'm going to raid into on a regular basis, then copying what they do, it diminishes both of us, not just her. So what I did instead was I dug the old Disney Family Edition Trivial Pursuit out of the closet. And some of them are kids' questions. But the thing is, the edition is old enough that the kids' questions now are probably where the adults should be. And the adults' questions are for, like, the old folks. Oops. No? There we go. I'm gonna skip this song only because it's reminding me an awful lot of a song called Spaceman, and I think that it might get picked up by YouTube if I leave it on too much longer. There we go. Okay. One of these inside, right? Yes. I probably didn't finish the ones on the inside of the other house like this. I think it's called Spaceman? Fantastic Shockbox would know which one I'm referring to, but I can't off the top of my bean recall at the moment. And if I was Jessie B, I'd try and fake it till you know which one it is, you know, sort of like that whole hum that tune, and hopefully Google will be able to look it up. But I'm not Jessie B. One. That'll do. I think those two look similar enough. I can start putting the trapdoors on the outside. I'm finishing the trapdoors on this one. It's weird, but that's what I think I'm going to go with for the texture, because I'm not really sure how to get the texture to work otherwise. Like the three-dimensionality without a whole... Yeah, without a whole another block sticking out the side. Alright, so can I do most of this one? was also realizing I was jumping off things while wearing Elytra. And that's just dumb because it's so useful. 22 won't be enough. Everybody's stream is a little bit different. And sometimes it's fun to put in your head, sort of wonder what's going on in somebody's background. The ones that are too quiet and too professional remind me a lot of radio stations where they actually soundproof the rooms horribly. And I mean like heavily. And you don't hear much but the announcer at all. But the kind of money that's spent into that, like, it's really weird because they're still very heavily soundproof, even when technology is making it more and more that they don't have to be. Which I thought was quite funny because that was really outlined during the pandemic. Our national broadcaster, of course, still wanted to have their programming. So one of their I guess DJs was basically talking about the fact that he was happily broadcasting at home from CBC Blanket Fort. I thought that was great. Because he said, quite literally, he put up a TV table in the middle of his room and built a whole blanket fort because he had a very open layout house and there wasn't a whole ton of corners or whatever that he could put things up on. So literally he was inside a blanket fort. I thought that would be fun. No, I'd like to do my job from inside a blanket fort. That'd be so cool. Dick? I am very confused. Oh, Studio Blanket Fort, sorry. Yes, it was Studio Blanket Fort. That's okay. I'm assuming you're probably still mobile, or have been recently mobile, so that's fine. I mean, they have cool announcers on, not necessarily cool people in the classic sense, but some of the people on the national radio channel, like my favorite one, this guy's got his name, he's like, Paolo Pietro Paolo. I'm just like, wow. I don't know what your parents were thinking, but that name has a super cool ring to it. Although speaking of super cool, and derailing a little bit, I don't know if any of you use the GPS app on your phone called Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's now owned by Google, but they still allow them to operate very independently, even though some of their traffic data and so forth is crowdsourced fed into Google Maps and such. But what I thought was kind of funny is periodically Waze will come up with novelty sound packs and novelty graphics for your vehicle on the screen. And one of their current sound packs is sort of supposed to be an homage to the 80s. It's not just the 80s though. One of the voice sets they were allowed to pick is the 70s DJ, and he's one of those too cool guys. So as you're driving along the road, he's going to tell you to turn left. All right. That kind of silly stuff. So we had a bit of a chuckle coming home from our skiing adventure on Sunday with this like 70s DJ giving us directions all the way. And at the end, he says something really silly when you pull up in your Target driveway or whatever. He says stuff like, "You've reached your destination. I can't come with you from here, but life is about the journey." It's just like, okay, sure. They have other ones too. Like, we tried playing around with cat as a sound, and basically it does stuff where it's like your stereotype Disney cool cat. Hey, Arch Thunder. How are you? We started playing with our Disney styled cat, and except it was too cool sort of thing, and the cat was saying things like, "Ow, turn left, meow meow meow." Oh boy. At one point there was a vehicle pulled over on the side of the road, like over by the cops. I assume they were speeding or something. But the GPS had been set into dog mode at that point. So the voice was something like, "Police on the side of the road. Could be he's looking for a ticket, or maybe squeaky toys." Ruff, ruff. It's like, oh no. So yeah, I mean, it makes it mildly amusing when you've got kids in the car to be listening to goofy GPS sounds. Yes, quite. I think I would probably have far more patience for the dog sound now that I don't actually have a dog. Although I miss it. Very much miss having a dog. I'd love to have one again soon, but the bad news being is I'm one of those people who's like the kids, you know, this, yeah, I'll help, and I will love the dog to death, and I will feed the dog to death, yes. I'll feed the dog, but I'm not that great at the whole taking them for a walk thing. But of course, we've now got kids that are the right age that they say, oh no, we'll do it, we'll take them. Uh-huh. Really? Oh, we're not doing the step-through format of, you know, we might need to try a goldfish first, kind of thing. We're not those parents. Part of it is, my parents still have an awful lot of animals. My father was a magician for a while, so we had rabbits and white doves for years. God, they were noisy. Anyway, so since we already had a zoo going on, my parents didn't have any problem with the fact that I wanted a hamster and my brother wanted budgies. And then when he went on a student work abroad program, the budgies sort of naturally fell to my father, who loved having budgies. But my mom, as his wife, said, no, you cannot have any more budgies until your doves die. Because the budgies, one flew the coop and the other one actually kicked the bucket because they don't really live all that long. It can live to like 20 years. Nothing ever lives its full lifespan in my parents' house. Actually, maybe that's an exception of guinea pigs. They've had about 4 sets of guinea pigs now. And every time we turn around, I swear they've got more guinea pigs, but it's not from, like, not from breeding. It's just the fact that they go, oh, that one's so cute, I've got to have it too. And I don't live there anymore, thankfully. So I don't normally have to care. Except when they go on holiday. So the part of how I deal with when my kids say, yeah, I'll walk the dog, or I'll do whatever, I'll clean up after it. Yeah, you get to come help at Gran and Grandpa's house, because they're going on holiday and they need us to look after the pets again. And if my kids are fussing and fighting back, well, then all the more, fodder in my arsenal to say, nope, you're not ready for another pet in the house. No can do. Alright. I mean, even I don't like cleaning pets. I mean, my parents' pets don't run in your standard rabbit hutch and that sort of thing. They actually have the large cages with plastic bottoms, which is great. My father has had his rabbits trained to use, weirdly, trained to use a lasagna pan with cat litter in it as a litter pan. Like, it actually had that figured out, but it still had to stay in the hutch most of the time and then to get let out. Just because the rabbits would love to chew the electrical cabling. And my dad's a bit of an audiophile, so the staticky glitches and stuff that you get from, was an audiophile, it's probably more accurate. The staticky glitches and stuff that you get from bad wiring did not go over very well. Not to mention, I mean, you can generally predict that your pet, for the most part, particularly the smaller ones, will do their business approximately every 15 minutes. So if you only have them out for about 10 minutes or so at a shot, you're generally not doing too badly. Come on. What do we got? Apples and trees. Speaking of apples, would you guys think your kid's teacher is strange when your kid is like maybe nearly 12 years old and their music teacher seems to figure that she can get them hyped up to be in the mood for music class by playing them like Raffi's I like to eat apples and bananas song. I honestly, I liked music in school. So normally I would give the music teachers a huge berth, like a wide, allotment for allowance for strange behavior, but this one I think has crossed my line. She's definitely gone off the beam. Sorry, I was just looking back at what was said before, and I was trying to figure out what the connection was between walls and something I had said. Sometimes I say stuff, and then it goes completely over my head. It's like in one ear and out the other. But yeah, my daughter's class is getting something equally strange. I just can't remember what the name of the song is that they're using. Oh, yeah. The teacher thought it was helpful and interesting to do an artistic... Was it? It was artistic reading. I assume it was probably her impression of what beat poetry was anyways. But an artistic reading of The Wheels on the Bus to grade 4 students. I don't know what to say to that one. Al Poppins, I have very interesting memories of that one. As he said, a duck walked up. Okay. You just opened a great big maw in the earth, and I'm just gonna jump into it with both feet here. So, very brief story. During COVID, for scouting, we had digital campfires, so virtual campfires. We actually used Zoom, I think, for one of them, and the other one was, I think we did it as a YouTube broadcast. And we did it up such that it was all, first one was mostly videos. There was a little bit of live, but most of it was videos. And so, for the first one, I wasn't super involved in the video part. I was more in the live side of things. But for the second one we did, my kids and I did a version of the duck song. So one played the duck, one kid did the duck, one kid did the person running the stand, and then I was doing sort of the main narration thing. But we sang it, So now you got that one going, and of course you have unfortunately got that one stuck in my head rather successfully. So I would say double points for that. Okay, what do we want here? I think I like the way the spruce is a bit darker, but I'm going to go once again with the strip spruce. We'll see how far we get with these two piles. The duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, got any grapes?" Yeah. We had a lot of fun with that one. The second one's kind of fun too because in the second version of that one, there's a whole series of them actually. Yes, well. And that was libelous defamation for saying that she sucked as a teacher. In so many words. One of the kids, I know one of my daughter's classmates, she threatened to fail the kid in music, and I'm not kidding you, this is like grade 4. Fail the kid in music class because they refused to take part in the extracurricular choir club, which there was no requirement for. Yeah. But in the second duck song, to be a little brighter, so the duck is oh, I have to tear that out, whatever. The duck is looking for their product, and this time they wanted chapstick. And And it turns out that the grocery store doesn't have chapstick, needless to say. But then they went to the corner store, who did have chapstick. What's the duck do? Duck tells him to put it on his bill. Yeah. We stuck to just the first song. But it was kind of fun because we have another scout leader who plays guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. 5. 2, 3, 4. And so this other scouter had kind of like crazy hair and stuff. Not very long, actually more of lacking hair, but he likes to do silly impressions and just be a goofball. So we did a challenge, and I said we'd do the duck song because he was saying, "Yeah, that's great. You totally should do that one." And we said, "Well, then the turnaround being that he had to do Reindeers Are Better Than People from Frozen." And I didn't expect him to knock that one out of the park. He actually went to the trouble of editing his video, not to wear a costume, but that he was doing that thing where you're singing from one side of the screen, then you're singing from the other side of the screen, and back and forth. But he edited it together so that it actually came across well. And then his kid, much older than mine, but his kid, the deal for them was that they would have to live rap I remember which song it was, but one of the pieces from Hamilton. I didn't think they could. They successfully pulled it off. So yeah, that's the kind of world we run in. So as you can imagine, we had a bit of fun during COVID, and we still like the thing, but videos worked out far better than doing it live. We tried a live version with 5 to 7-year-olds doing the peanut butter jelly kind of thing, and that didn't work out too well. But we did Christmas songs, and our video from the same age group was I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, so that was an interesting one. Yeah, the lemonade stand one, actually, getting a clip out of that might be kind of fun as a sound clip to be able to play it once in a while. I need some new sounds just because I'm getting tired of the ones I've got. So, that might be good. I think I'll probably use one from Monty Python that I keep quoting. But the old guy who, he feels happy. Not dead yet! I feel happy! Yeah, probably go with that. Without kids, my contributions to these campfires were videos of magic tricks. Which I did a live one time, and unfortunately, I don't believe anybody has video of it, which is too bad because I actually was quite impressed with how I did. But whatever. 3 is pretty scalable. Particularly if you're putting... I mean, if you come jumping off the stable, it'd be easy to scale it. Make this two blocks higher. Alright, 2 blocks higher, but not there. Oh, 1, 2, 2. The idea being that we've got this section in here, you're not supposed to be able to get to it. But if somebody did manage to storm the castle and take over the Bailey, this section, that there should be another line of defense before you get to the keep. Which in this particular case happens to be my iron farm. And that's kind of silly, but kind of ironic insofar as most stuff I could probably recover. I don't like the whole mining business, so the iron makes it super easy. Oh shoot, I'm out of spruce. The iron makes it super easy to work on the villager farm, so if I started over, it's another one of those pieces I would want fairly quickly anyway. Nobody asked you. One of my favorite spots at the tail end of that Lemonade song, though, is the one where the duck finally gets like the opportunity, because the guy who runs the lemonade stand went and bought grapes. Said, "Hey, would you like to try some grapes?" Like, "No, thanks. Got any lemonade?" How did this end up being short? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it is part right there side, right? I didn't think about that. Truthfully, this shouldn't meet up with that. It should actually be bending around the edge and meeting up sort of on the corner. But this being Minecraft and towers being square over there, it just didn't work out. Where's the reference? Me and my references are coming back. Let's go model 1. Oh, not the sketch map. Model 1. Okay. 5 reps. Model's a little big. And I guess we're on the flat server. Okay. So what I'm actually looking at is in the model you can see we've got ourselves a bit of a tower bridge, and then a tower of sorts, and then the bridge itself with the, for lack of a better term, palisade, I guess, wall behind it. I probably should have a wall about halfway up for the main bot, but that's when you've got a much wider moat to deal with. In this one, there's really not any space to do that. So if this is 5, and I only really need 3 to get across. I can do probably 3 by 3 of stone and such. Lava King is post-mortal. Huh. Well, I guess he's not dead. Okay. Say, CJ, how are you doing? We are making some progress, sort of, in the castle zone. How have you been holding up? You sound like a very, very busy guy these days. Sometimes you're on this side of the ocean, and sometimes you're on another side. I never know how to track you down and say hello. But that might explain at least why sometimes when I'm supposed to be going to bed, some of the cool people to talk to are online. But Owl Poppins and Hobo Zim have the duck lemonade stand song in my head, and it's going round and round in circles. Well, the reason I say sort of is the far big wood house has been built twice, and it's going to be built a third time. Each of these 2 smaller ones has been built approximately twice. And then I need to do a tower. I redid the towers inside the main center a couple of times. So, yeah. And I've done the barn twice. The castle itself is version 5, or like the walls and stuff, it's version 5. So, yeah, it's a little different. When it's done, yeah. The big thing I find I'm still amused by is, although it's incredibly anachronistic, and very much out of time, or out of its place, I guess, one of the things I like about it is that when I go to talk to somebody else in another stream about it, they have no idea what I'm talking about when I tell them about the type of castle. None. Idea. So I figure, yeah, it'll work. So I need 3 clear, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can start this here. I said I don't want it to hang over, so 1, 2, 3. And this one can come out. And this one. And we'll put you this type. There we go. That's why I say sort of, is because things have been changing, but sometimes to me it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of overall change just because we're not seeing extra towers and such. There we go. Alright, so let's go up with this one. That corner. Come on, block. I guess I don't have to be quite so fussy with all of it. It's also repeatable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6 height. We need the bridge to go sort of up. Not by much, though. Maybe let's go with one more. And then across. Make it very square. And I did not... Oops, not this way. I did not bring slabs. That would have been sensible. Nope, not that one. It also occurred to me, I don't know if I slept last or not. I have a suspicion it probably wasn't me, so it could be an interesting timing. I like the height of this one. It's a bit puny compared to the other side, but it's taller than these walls, so I think it'll do. Okay, so we have down. Said I only needed 3 wide. Right, 1, 2, 3, and this one, that one. 2, 3. As I say, I guess I should sleep somewhere. You know, CJ, you're probably the master of shifted sleep schedule by now. More for looks than anything else. I'm sure there's probably supposed to be a way to get in here. One, 3, 4. What did I do? 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a capper. Well, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a capper. There's the one on the bottom. Tactical fishing. So CJ, are you going for all, or sorry, wrong person. Jerry Williams. Are you stuck on that side of the pond for a while? Have more to do over there, or other plans, projects, etc.? Ow. I know people sometimes need to travel where the money is, particularly if one's a freelance artist of sorts. But I wasn't quite sure. I've been sort of distracted. When the Dadcraft Discord levels got reset, the whole place just went a little bit bananas, and I don't think it was just attempting to reset their levels again. I actually figure that people used it as a catalyst to actually start having some more conversation, actually in-depth conversation. The problem was, or for me at least, was that I can't keep up with it. So I miss out on parts. And then I feel like I don't know what's going on. Next thing we know, CJ is busy. Then he's gone, and then he comes back and he's like, oh yeah, I'm over the other side of the ocean. Ah, I see. So, here's one for you. Would you please do me the honor of explaining to a noob what it means to be in residence? Because we hear that term an awful lot when people are referring to, artist in residence, that kind of thing, but I actually have no clue what that means in practicality. And I mean, May seems... Who say? On one hand, May seems far away. On the other hand, May seems really, really close. Given the minimal materials, Satchman could probably use, like, mossy bricks. That's not horrible, actually. It might do the job. What if he says it's too short, though? Always reference to. It's still huge, so sorry. Make it smaller. Oh, one, go away. It's 2. Shrink, please. So in this one, it looks like 2 separate towers. But weirdly... Oh no, it doesn't. I'm looking at the wrong part. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong part. Okay, so it's still 1 tower. It's got a bit more hangover than I gave it. So given the width of our moat being smaller, that might actually not be worth doing. However, it should be at least taller than the side walls, which at the moment it is certainly not. So I should probably get up a little higher on that one. Yeah, I'm clueless. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Would love to know what it means more. We hear the term artist in residence, and the ones I hear more commonly in Canada, it's not that we don't have musicians in residence, but the ones I have more interactivity with tend to be the art artists or the dancers. And those ones are the ones where kind of obvious, but not always, because the in-residence term can mean so many different things to so many different groups. Okay, if it's supposed to be taller than the sides, we've got to go at least 2 more blocks up, and probably 1 out, actually, with a bit of a hangover. Produce X number of performers or compositions. Are we talking, so you're a bit of like, to be in residence out there, you're sort of being a bit of a teacher while you're at it? Okay, so you're being asked to produce compositions. Gotcha. That makes sense. Well, if the owls are still around, you can keep your snow. It's okay. We don't need it. You can have it back. Right, that makes sense. Okay. I mean, there isn't time for everything, right? Enjoy the snow. I don't mind it until I have to sleep in it. And then I don't want it. Fine. Why am I one of those dopes who just can't place ladders while they go up? Yeah. I've talked in the past about how my son has anxiety issues, and I'm discovering that so do I. Because I actually had a bit of a freak out yesterday over the camp coming up. I'm just not a winter camp, like sleeping out in the snow kind of personality. It's not something that is in my wheelhouse. Let's take these out. Oh, a couple more. One. We're barely above the other ones, so maybe that'll do. Maybe I'll take them up. 2, but go out 1. 1, 2. That's the top. 1, 2. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is my son is a scout this year. So, you know, you gotta learn somewhere. That's really what it is. And the two of us don't really want to in the snow. But I mean, part of it is I had this, we've got a lack of leaders showing up this weekend just because they're busy with other things. And so I actually had more of an anxiety attack over, what if I forget the stuff that I'm supposed to be in charge of bringing, is really where my silliness came from. And so yeah, it was a bit of a lesson to me not to be quite so hard on my son, because I do it too. Fantastic Sherlock Fox loves to remind me, I stress first, then buckle down and get things done. He does the getting things done and then maybe stresses afterwards. Usually he doesn't. Sometimes that drives me absolutely insane, because I mean, as he puts it frequently, it's one of those ones, then you realize what's worth stressing over and what's not worth stressing over. At the time it's going on, it's all worth stressing over. But I can see where people are coming from. Okay. It feels like the blocks are so much more expensive than they really are. But yeah. No, I didn't say that you didn't. It was more that I don't always see it. Uh-oh. I think now I've got myself an even direction instead of an odd one. That's going to be interesting. Castle. This way. This way. This can go right across. Okay. Just going to wing it, right? There's a reason I put in the pre-cam. So you can just figure it out as you go. So, something's lopsided. I know it's lopsided. I just have to figure out what it is lopsided. So that's just about right. Need one more overhang on the other side. These two can come off. That strip can get leveled. Oops, I'm in the wall. What I want. And then just square out on this end by 1 block. Okay, we're good. This one. I'm standing on the level that should be higher. That there. Oops. I don't have any anymore? What did I do? You actually have a thing to do with root blocks. Ooh, do teach. I am terrible with knowing what to do with those rooted blocks. Or the mango roots themselves. Oops. This one. And truthfully, this bit right above me, sorry, right below me, shouldn't be stone at all anyway. Because that's not gonna... That doesn't work for the lore. And that one shouldn't be up there. 2. Terraforming! Making... what does he say? Oh, okay. People on server are probably so incredibly confused right now. Because I don't think I actually told them I was going live. And so it's kind of amusing because half the conversation is in Twitch chat and half the conversation is in on-stream chat. And I'm just responding to both. I kind of, only a little, feel sorry for the people in-game. They're probably going, what the heck? I mean, it's the same sort of thing though when people are actually there. Or you're on the telephone with someone and you're hearing half the conversation. I think I do need that one. This one. Yeah. We just go back and forth. That's fine. Isn't that what all the streamers say these days? It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Fine. It's fine. He's fine. She's fine. They're fine. We're fine. You're fine. You know. And of course, there's always that batch I love to razz and be like, you know, I do wonder if you're talking about the Italian job fine. In which case you'd be fed up and insecure and neurotic and emotional, like the rest of us. Oh, God. I know there's a couple of blocks here that are wrong that I can steal. I mean, I can make more. I've got the cutter. It's not like it's a big deal. And at some point I have to figure out where I'm going to put my my lava farm again. What I'm thinking I might do is put it up inside the left-hand one of those towers over there. Just because I don't really need it to be that tall. And I can also use the dripstone to come off the top of that. And the right-hand one has all my composters and such. Okay, so let's take a quick blue. So we go up, square that off, put caps on the corners. That went to 5 again, so we're good. Nice odd numbers. And it's not taller than this, which is a bit of a shame because I should, I think, have it taller than that, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I keep trying to remember to turn off the collisions, and then I forget. That's bad. Who's today? Okay. 3 corners on the walls. That one. I really should be every second. I'm going to need more blocks as it is. We'll get some more. Yeah, not more than yay high. And your castle is clearly more than yay. Yeah, of course. This one. I don't think I need that many. Whole thing. Why not? I was going to try and do exactly what I needed, but it's not worth it. Hey! Not yours. Go away. You know, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, I heard that in the character's voice. From Doc McStuffins. It's the sheriff police car. Your tower is only allowed to be yay high, and yours is clearly more than yay. Sorry, Officer Pete. We'll get that fixed right away. You can tell that some people are physically adults, but while they may be mentally mature, their interests just never grew up. Doo-doo-doo. Are you calling you? No. No! We saw some weird thing where there was a guy claiming that video games were totally for kids, and then he had a really, really bad editorial moment through the middle where he wasn't quite back, like, clawing it back. He just went on with some weird rant. And yet his point, there wasn't much of one, but his point kept coming back to video games are just for kids, and adults who play them are, it was so bad that to say it was laughable would be generous. Okay, so I'll go this way. Good look. Yeah, that'll do. I just really need to build a bridge between those two. That's kind of the point. And then these need to have heavier doors. I think I can get away with... Nope, okay, I'm not enabled. I don't want that. Put down. I can get away with iron doors, I think, on those ones. While that wouldn't necessarily be realistic, floor-wise it still works. If you had to shut down, then an iron door would definitely cover that. I would love to have things like Blurp, allowing people to select all sorts of different sounds. The disadvantage is that, as we all know, Blurp, like some of the other services, has a lot of material that would not be considered appropriate. So, while I trust you guys to make good choices, I don't trust everybody who visits to make good choices. We end up with all kinds of stuff on here that we don't need. Oh, need at least 3 buttons. It's probably 4. Button, who's got the button? Do not trust yourself to make good choices. So in other words, I could probably get surprised at some point by CJ's choice of questionable adult suggestive sounds on stream. Okay, good to know. That one I would have actually pinned on you, but sure. Mine would be questionably immature, if anything. Okay, and I can't... Uh-oh. Well. It may not be that funny, but the timing was perfect because I just realized that ladders don't allow me to put buttons on any of the other walls. So guess who got herself stuck inside? Okay. That idea doesn't work. So, iron doors it is not. Actually, what did I do that for? I need doors, it's not iron. No, I'm okay. Thank you for the offer. Yeah. That would make quite the stream, wouldn't it? Della gets herself stuck inside of an iron door and spends the rest of the stream just slowly breaking it down with her fist. Wow. Oh, the wow. Reminds me, unfortunately. My son has clued into the Owen Wilson WoW sticker thing. Unfortunately, he tries to repeat it ad nauseum. I don't know about you, but there's only so much Owen Wilson I can take. The other part of it is that he's not very good at it. And he puts far more nasal sound into it than even Owen Wilson does. So, yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Can I get myself not trapped in here if I have a spruce door? Not what I wanted. I like that theory. Sometimes the best choices are the wrong ones, which is why we call them choice words. There, okay. Am I meaning to have the overlay graphic on? I was until we're happy with the look. Because it's shorter than the graphic looks. I probably should have a second level, but I've already got the main tower shorter than the graphic. So I think we're good with it. But I did actually for a while mean to have the overlay reference graphic on, if that's what you're referring to. Yeah. So the tower is tall enough, I think. We can build ourselves a bridge, which is easy. Not great, but easy. Let's go with, I've got some spruce stairs. Let's see if I can get some spruce slabs. Throw the leaves in the corner for now. Oops, how many do I have? 57, yeah, that should be enough. I don't think I need oak trapdoors, that won't do me any good. Trapdoors, please. Fences. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I do need oak trapdoors, just not for that project. Oh, over here for... Let's not use a boat for now. I don't think I need a boat. I could probably drop off the spicy orange juice I've been carrying around. Oh, I have extra doors. That's what I didn't need. Extra doors. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We get ourselves a half-decent, preferably non-spawnable, bridge. I'm gonna go try something a little different. I'm stuck in a hole. I'm fixing a hole where the rain comes in and stops my mind from wondering where it will go. What happens when Wendell wings it. We just have to see what comes out. I don't even know what I'm gonna get. Fence. This. Actually, that's not horrible. How high do I want to go on this side? Come back up from the top. Let's see what we get. That's non-spawnable. Up from that level. Three. If I rinse and repeat, we'll meet in the middle. Come on. That. This one and that one. Okay. Or not. Miscalculation on my part. Out. Back. Temporary ladder. kinda getting there. Sorta, maybe. And then one more set of stairs ought to do it. Or not. Nope, that's not gonna work right. If I did the stairs, yeah. Really? Do I have to fall off everything? This way. I get like a longer span in the middle than this. So I think I need to move this row back by one. So swap these two. Oops. Not everything's perfect. Somehow when you're right, you're right. Okay. I kind of like this. It feels nice going up and down. That part's good. Let's see what I can do with this underside. I don't have to fall off everything. No, if I haven't done everything, I need to keep trying. No, sorry, I haven't fallen off that yet. It's on the to-do list. It's like, I'm trying to figure out how I can pull off braces. I need one more on the far side. But this doesn't work when it's only half, you know? It floats funny. And if I put stairs inverted on it, it looks odd. I need slabs for that though. Like it becomes really, really thick. Unless... what if I put stairs over by one? No, not there. Not there. Here. Yes, just to the top of the hour, and then we're going to... I'm making an assumption that we're going to go visit the owls at that point. I have to go and confirm for sure whether or not they're alive, but that's my plan. That's my usual Tuesday plan. If not, we'll find somebody else doing Minecraft who's having a blast and join their party. 2, 3. Let's try this again. Stormy's playing words? Excellent. So it will be a Stormy Owl finish tonight. And then can I do... would have rather had 2, but at least it gives me some heights to work with. Because I can do that on 3 sides. Let's take out... I should be able to finish this part then. Turn that one to this one. tomorrow. Okay, so I tend to run in mountain time, so my brain is a little fry-by. But if I convert to Eastern, which is 2 hours ahead of me, or 2 hours later, I guess, whatever you call it, then noon Eastern will be my slot tomorrow. Normally I'll do 2 on a Wednesday, but this time I'm only having 1 slot because I've got a Broadway show to go to in the evening. One I don't know much about, to be honest with you, so I'm not super keen on it. It's called Anastasia. But yeah, so I'll be doing noon Eastern tomorrow till approximately 2 hours later. I can guarantee you 2 hours later. I don't know if I'll actually be longer or not. Pardon me. 1, 2, 3. And then I can do this. Yes, I normally do a 7 to 9 slot on Wednesdays as well. That's sort of 7 to 9 Eastern. That's 5 to 7 my time. And then if they're on Wednesdays, if they're streaming, then I like to try and go into the Dynamites afterwards. But if they're not streaming and if I actually have a reason to be on a roll for some strangeness, then I will roll a little long. But it's not something I usually do. And then Thursday mornings, I usually do the same sort of thing, noon to at some point. It was 2-ish, so that was the official slot, was noon to 2. But once again, it was something that of late has been able to run a little long, just timing's worked out. This week is, it looks like I might be able to pull it off, but be late. So it would be a late start to my Thursday morning slot. And, oh, no, that's not what I want. Why can't I? Is the button? Okay, well, in any case, but yeah, Thursday morning I've got an appointment to check with my son's psychologist, and then we'll see what happens after that. I should be able to start, but I'll be late, so yeah. And I only do the 1 slot on Thursdays, just because in Thursday evenings is Scouts. So we actually have the main Scout event at that point. Can I not get to work today? 1, 2, 3. Alright. This one. Up. 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 Down. There's the button. Okay. Yeah, so that's my usual slot. Apologies for not being regular on the schedule this week. It's just life changed. And sometimes you have to flex, I guess. But there we go. That keeps this piece non-spawnable, but I still have a ladder temporarily. Actually, I guess now that I got it done, I don't really need that ladder, do I? Hee. This backwards, right? That. This. And I can't press the button. You won't do Wednesdays then? Oh, no, that's fine. The current list is really old. You're welcome to do whatever suits you. If it turns out that there's one night that's better for you than some other one, go for it. I don't want to bogart the system. You know, like that's totally fine. I mean, I do recognize that we may have some headbutting at times in terms of when people are there. But if you want a slot, you know, go for it. I was trying to make it so I didn't have to spawn-proof this place, but I lost, so... Yeah, so this will be fine. This one needs spawn-proofing. And we're at fine, spawn-proofing, and fine again. So let's see, how much did I say? 3. 6, I think. Fine. Spawn proofing. Fine. Fine. Spawn proofing. Yeah, 6. Okay, so yeah. Do it this way. 6. This way. My button. Button. I am totally looking forward to seeing more people playing. Yeah, the more the merrier around here. For sure. As plenty of people say, for sure and for certain. And who knows, maybe we could even, at some point, find something community-esque to do together. I'm horrible at community things, but I'm always willing to give it a try. The little bit of how I started story, making it ultra short, is that because we had our group stayed online for Scouts during COVID, we just went to Zoom meetings for all the youth. Fantastic Show Off Fox made a fantastic, and yes, I know it's crazy, but he made a fantastic suggestion that he sort of said, you know, you've been watching this stuff, you've been considering it for a while, just kind of, I wonder if I could do this. Go for it. Jump in, both feet, get wet, and try it. And I did, and I liked it. And so, more than a year later, I'm still here. And the funny part is, sometimes I ask my kids, is it something you would actually watch? And they're like, your style hasn't changed very much. You're still like the Scout leader. I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm not sure if I should take that positively or not. Okay, so, where do we come up with? We're just wrapping ourselves up. So we've got, that building still needs work done, but these two are done. I have somebody I don't need inside. The tower's done. I know it looks a little bit like the other one. We've got the inner, whatever you want to call it, palisade, I guess, thing. I need to spawn proof the top of it. And I think I'm going to do that weirdly with fences. Because I'm kind of tired of buttons. How did I end up with one extra piece? I don't know, what buttons are those? Oh, okay. Where am I going with this? 1, 2, 3. Hey! But, yeah, we got most of it done. And if I can spawn proof with these, then we've got this part done too. And then we could move on to building more buildings on the inside section, with hopefully giving them some purposes. So for example, we're going to have an armory, and we're going to have, you know, armory, toolsmith, etc. The hall will actually get redone on the inside, so that there's more purpose to it. Like it'll actually be a food hall. You know, for example, we may have ourselves a kitchen and so on. So whichever villagers, their beds, I'm not going to worry about where the beds are assigned. I'm going to move them so that we have the right numbers, but I'm not going to worry about that. And I'll move their workstations. And then we can start branching out. Truthfully, I mean, by the time I'm done, there will be far more villagers in this place than we actually need. I'll have multiples, both inside and outside the castle, because the employees will be here, and then I'll have people in the village outside the castle. And over time, we need to build town walls and stuff, which will probably look a bit more like the lower section of this. We've made ourselves, yeah, progress. Progress all around, and I honestly thought I was going to get this done. Okay. Keep saying, one more thing! This is like the, you know, when you $5 yourself to death and you go, where'd my money go? This is like the, I'm going to get this done, really? Really? And no, I'm not. Because I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fences short. Aha. Because I went and put all the sticks away. What do we got? Okay. Sticks, please. Spruce fence 8, no. Spruce fence, what have we got? 3, 4, 6. We're good. Okay. This one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And we're done. Perfect. think I've got some of the spawn proofing done up there. I have to do that separately. I can finish that off camera. It's not a big deal. And we shall head ourselves off to Stormy. So, let me get that raid started. And then we can actually move on to that and we'll say our thank yous and whatnot. I think my credits are still busted, so we'll just see whether or not that was accurate. Let's get the Stormy raid started. The big key part. Yeah. It's still messed up, but that's okay. We'll do it manually. So, we're going to start the raid. Huge Stormy Owl. I should be able to spell this by now. Owl. And I should have said mischief managed, but apparently it didn't. Okay, so I want to say thank you to Fantastic Sherlock Fox was here, and Benson's been in here, and we've had some great chat from CJRV Williams, and Hobo Zim for sure and for certain. Who else has been in here? Scroll. Mr. Owl has been here, who has been a fantastic addition to the channel. And that's the majority of our chatters. If you didn't hear your name called, I do really appreciate that you came in. You guys are a fantastic crew, and always enjoy sharing my time with you. So, please do give Stormy our best. I'm just going to show you the raid messages that are there on the screen. And as usual, I do have one of the dreaded Discords. So if you have anything further you wanted to chit-chat about, or you went, oh hey, I should have said whatever, it's there. And then, yeah. I will be back tomorrow morning. Or, well, morning my time, noon your time. And I wish everybody a fantastic evening. So have yourselves a great time. I'll see you in Stormy's channel soon. Bye-bye for now.